If you do go on to enjoy today's video, please remember to hit that like button. Of course, subscribe for more FIFA 21 and eventually FIFA 22 content. If you want to get some coins to see you through Path to Glory, head on over to u7buystore.com. New link down below, brand new website, but same old code. TVM gets you 5% off at checkout. What is going on, guys? Tim here. Welcome back to a brand new video. We are about to go on a little bit of a club tour through Hakim B's account. Now, this is an account that I obviously have access to. I get to play on it. I get to review players on it. A lot of my reviews this year have actually come from this account. I've opened packs on it. In fact, the last video you would have seen probably was a pack video that I did on this account. Some of the cards that I packed are going to be here. As you can see in the bottom right, there's Paredes. We got him in an 87 times 10. If you haven't seen that video, go check it out. Now, we're going to have a little club tour. It's nothing spectacular in terms of, how can I explain it? We're just going to go through the cards, basically. I might go through some of the records, but I would imagine most of the cards don't have great records because this is, it's mainly a trading account, and then he buys players that he wants to use, plays with them, sells them on, and does that and rinse and repeat and things. And same goes. You know, I jump on, I play with the odd player here or there, and that's the end of it. But we're going to kick things off with the first tradable card, and that, of course, is going to be Sergio Ramos. I'll just go through it like this, and we'll sort of skip through. It might even get, I don't know if it'll let me go through another page. But either way, we just look at the records. So, only 19 games played, but what a banging card. This is going to be one of those where, I mean, look at that. 98 Messi, untradeable. I'm sure a lot of people have this type of thing in their club these days. But when you put this together with what else is in the club, it's just outrageous. There are over 6 million coins on this account as well. Only 300 or so games played. What a trader. That's all I can say. On PC as well, which makes it even harder. It's outrageous. 97 Summer Stars Modric with a modest record. Nice assists there. 97 Benzema. I'm pretty sure everyone and their nan has packed this card at some point during this FIFA. If not the team of the season, then of course the headliner. Moving on to 96 Joshua Kimmich, one of the best players in world football. Don't argue with me because you're wrong. And there he is in game. Only 8 games played. 1 assist, pretty unrealistic, but still. Oblak, 96 rated, 96 Salah. This was one of the cards waiting for me when I went on the account. First time to do an 87 times 10 for the last video that you would have seen. There was a pack already opened, and Salah was the big hit there. So I don't know how much he's worth, but a pretty nice card to get. That is one that we got in the last video. Absolute banger. What a card. 5-star, 5-star with stats for days. And then, of course, we have to go down the page. We can't do it that way. So, Luis Suarez, very underrated card in this FIFA. But Hakim B knows all about him. 105 games played, 88 goals, 68 assists. I'm pretty sure he doesn't really play much in the way of squad battles either. Although recently with footies, they have brought in quite a bit of like squad battle objective type things. You can do them in Rivals as well. I'm not sure whether he's done squad battles or Rivals. Manuel Neuer with 26 games on him, really good keeper in real life. Not so much in FIFA, but there we are. 95 Di Maria. I think Messi's a striker, right? So it's not really like the crusher of dreams. I'm sure it will be next year, though. Carvajal, 95 rated. That is, I think it was one of the first footies cards that came out, and that is a bit of a special card right there. 4-star, 4-star. Looks really good. Haven't used a lot of these. Axel Witsel, of course, was part of the objective. I'm not sure if it's still available. Don't know when that... When did it come out? I can't remember. It should say first owner and then from the date that you got it, but there we are. Moving on to Courtois. Nothing to be said about him, really. Same about Navas. And then Casemiro as well. There is actually a duplicate Casemiro within this account, and he's on the transfer list. Muller, and I'm pretty sure everyone's packed Muller at some point during this FIFA. Dumfries, I think. Has he just gone? Where did he just go? He transferred somewhere in real life. Can't remember where he's gone. I think Everton wanted him. I don't think he's actually gone there. Can't remember. And then we're back to Luis Suarez. But so far, I mean, look at that. I'm 3 pages down. We're only on 94 rated cards. Crazy. Ederson, banging goalkeeper in this game. Honestly, one of the best. Doesn't catch anything, but will punch everything and will make outrageous saves. It may not be pretty, but he gets it done. Joseph Martinez, that's a card I actually really want to try. And if I do decide to jump on and play a little bit of FIFA over the next few days, he will be one of the players that I try out for sure, because he looks pretty damn nice. Moving on to Yarmolenko. I think he was a duplicate on this account 2 or 3 times. Had to put him into a few SBCs. But again, 4-star, 4-star, and has the stats to boot as well. Not a bad card, if I do say so myself. Jordi Alba. Gets team of the season every year, probably in everyone's club at some point. Marquinhos, I think I've got him on my account. He's actually a really good centre-back, but people tend to use full-backs as centre-backs this year, and it just works better, which is a shame. Aouar, fantastic card. Decent little record considering he's only played 56 games. Hazard, I packed him again in the last video. If you haven't watched it by now and you're thinking, why is he spoiling it? I mean, what did you think was going to happen? Go back and watch it quick. Hazard there, decent little card. Eriksen with a good little card as well. Shame he couldn't get further upgrades, but that's how it goes, I suppose. Meunier, part of the Witsel objective. That's the word I was looking for. I was stuck on the Eriksen thing. I was going to say, well, I mean, at least he's in good health now. That was what I was going to end with, but I skipped ahead, saw Meunier, and then started talking about him instead. But part of the Witsel objective, of course, I don't know how good he'd be in game, and Hakim doesn't know either because he hasn't played a game with him. But yeah, I don't know. I would like to try because I can't imagine he'd feel very good. If you have used Meunier in game, does he actually feel very good? Because he just doesn't look like he would do, even though his stats look crazy. I just can't imagine he's got any sort of agility to him whatsoever. And Ben Yedder, of course, yes, another spoiler because I packed him in the last video. 5-star skills, 4-star skills, 5-star weak foot. There we go. But I don't think anywhere near as good in this FIFA as he was in last FIFA. And we're back. And then we go on to the next page. Now only 93 rated cards. Crazy. We're going to have to zip through these a bit sharpish. Coman, Font, Ansu Fati, Alaba, Valverde. Records on these almost non-existent because it's just not that many games being played. Tapsoba came out very early on in Team of the Season, I'm pretty sure. So 57 games played with him. Actually a really good centre-back as well. Jonathan Bamba. Remember when he had an SBC and it was like crazy money? Like it wasn't Team of the Season, was it? It was a different card. It was like a Player of the Month. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was Player of the Month. And it was like half the price of Neymar, which was like 1 million coins at the time. Just a crazy price. And now this card is probably worth like 20k. But still, very usable with 5-star skills. People just don't tend to use a lot of these cards these days because of, all the cards that are available. This guy, that's an outrageous centre-back. He is so good, and I never, ever, ever play against him. He's such a good card. And then we're back to Coman. Probably won't go through the records now. We'll just sort of have a little look at the cards here. So Barnes and Sterling. Sterling's a really good card in this game as well, especially that 92. I've not used this card, and I would really like to, and neither is he. But 5-star, 5-star. I don't know why. I just really want to try. I'm a Liverpool fan, I suppose that's why. But I would like to try Thiago. He's got another Modric. Of course, he does have the Summer Stars Modric, so maybe it would be a good idea just to check him into an SBC as he's not really required. I've used him. He's pretty good. I haven't used the Summer Stars version though. Sane, 91 rated, decent little card. Those two, largely irrelevant. They're not really that great in game in my opinion, but like I said, that's my opinion. The only loans that are on this account, incidentally, icon-wise, are the ones that I've done to either review or because I needed links when I was reviewing other players. So he doesn't tend to do them. So you got 91 Royce, 91 Davis, Matuidi, Kante, outrageously good cards. Hasn't played with him. Criminal. Paul Pogba. Hasn't played with him. Sure, that's pretty criminal to some as well. Again, a 91 rated card sat in the club that I'm pretty sure at some point was super expensive. I mean, he's not as expensive anymore, but 70,000 coins. But still, for a 91, that's actually a really good price because in the last video we saw that a 94 rated card was like 25k or something. All these down here, pure fodder, except Reina actually. Reina's a really good player. I actually really enjoyed using him when I tried him. The only problem with this card now is, of course, even though he's 91 rated, his stats are so far behind the rest of the cards that have come out with regards to footies and even Summer Stars and Path to Glory that I think he would probably struggle against a lot of defences just because he's just not up there, even though he is 91 rated. Some decent cards knocking about here or there, some like hidden gems. Like João Cancelo, in my opinion, is a massively underrated card in this FIFA. He is such a good player. And yet I never play against him, never see anyone use him. And he is really good. Not use that Fabinho, but I imagine it's terrible because of how bad the pace is on it, which is a shame. Moving on. We're down into the 90s or so now, but I mean, look, what page am I on? I've gone down so many pages, and my club looks nothing like this. I have put 4 times the amount. I think there's 500 hours on this account. I have put over 2,000 hours into my account. I'll have to put the exact number on screen if I remember, which I probably won't, but I have to go on my account and have a look. I've put like literally thousands of hours into it. My club looks absolutely nothing like this. Klosterman, very, very good defender, still usable today. Just meta, outrageously meta, and just fits the game beautifully. Moving on to the fodder, I guess. Not really any cards down here that I would probably use. I mean, Kent for a laugh maybe, but a lot of the sort of 86s I would imagine in most people's clubs are loans because they all came out at the same time, all these freeze cards and stuff. But yeah, some decent little players. He's still a decent little card, really, just for a bit of fun. He's nowhere near as good as you'd need to be in this game to go into like champs or anything, but it's still a little bit of fun because he is meta. And then we come down to this. Look at the state of this. We've gone from 89s, 90s, we've dropped off a cliff with what cards are actually owned in this club. We've just hit loads of loans, and then we hit the rares, the non-rares, and then we're about 2 pages away from silvers. Which is, okay, maybe 4 pages away from silvers. Fair play, he's got a lot more non-rare golds than I thought. That's a lot of non-rare golds, fair play. And then we do eventually hit the silvers. And that's pretty much how most people's clubs go, don't they? They just completely fall off a cliff. And if you thought that was it, of course you're wrong, because there is an active squad to look at. Ready? Boom. All those cards were not mentioned in the video. Active squad. That was Chiesa. Let me remove him so it becomes a little bit prettier to look at. But that is the active squad currently. So none of these players would have been mentioned. So even though there was a flashback El Shaarawy, the footies El Shaarawy is in this team. 98 Lukaku. Again, spoiler alert, if you haven't seen the video, we got him in an 87x10, but he wasn't the face card, which is crazy. Verratti in there as well. What a card he is. 98 rated, and just, I mean, stats everywhere. That is unbelievable. And I mean, look at the account. I'm sure a lot of people's teams looks very similar to this now, but when you consider what's in the club in general, and you can swap any of these players for cards that are just as good, absolutely outrageous. Big fan of this account. It's a shame that I'm just not a big fan of the gameplay, because if I was, I could be having a field day with playing FIFA right now. But let me know if you could pick one player to go in that right wing spot, because it's empty right now. You have to handpick one player. Money's no object. One player, but he has to be a right wing or a right mid. Who would it be? Are you going to play him off chem? Are you going to go for an Italian player? Are you going to go for a Belgian player and just leave maybe 7 or 8 chem? Or are you going to swap around the midfield and put an Italian there? What are you going to do? What are you going to do? Let me know in the comments. Or do you swap Verratti and go with Di Maria or something, possibly? I don't know. Let me know. Or an icon. If you have enjoyed this video and want to see more of this type of thing, maybe I wouldn't say a club tour of my account, because my account is absolutely horrendous and on the floor, and it would be the shortest video ever. But if you want to see just random videos where we do a few packs, maybe play a few games, maybe go through the account, pick a player, go into a game and just play it. If you want to see just random things like that up until the launch of FIFA 22, then feel free to let me know. If anything specific, or maybe a player you want to see a video on specifically, feel free to let me know. Hit the like button if you have enjoyed it though, subscribe to the channel if you're new, and until the next time, goodbye.